Okay. What do you guys wish to do? Johnny, like where he's been struck, it looks like it looks like the flesh there is a bit darkened and kind of cracking.
Wow. I'm actually gonna detect magic on that.
Okay. Let me look to see if that's. Boop. Detect magic does take a first level slot. Um, do you,
I know.
are you fine with that? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say his entire body kind of emits a bit of magic. You're not really sure of the details though.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm not sure, but I think he's been cursed.
Ooh, by what?
Go poke it, find out.
By getting hit from a mummy? Not that I know that this is a mummy, but you know.
Well, I
by
mean,
getting
it's
hit by
it's
the
wrapped up
undead.
and stuff. I mean, the only difference between this and a real mummy is the fact that it's encased in salt.
Okay. I'd like to take a look at it also.
Okay.
The mummy.
All right, you can do medicine checks, or I guess you can do religion or arcana, whichever sort of thing you're trying to look up. It really depends.
I think religion would be more important to what we're looking for here.
Yeah, I could go with religion. Okay, so you believe this is a mummy. I mean, despite some of the aesthetic differences, the way mummies generally work is they cause fear by glaring at their targets, and they tend to curse those they touch with a sort of a rotting curse that will gradually wear away the target until they're reduced to dust.
Oh my.
It's fine. I can keep going.
Do I know the common cures to this?
Most common cure would be remove curse.
Right. Makes sense. Is there anything on the mummy?
On the mummy, let me look.
A potion of cure curse.
Wouldn't that be nice?
And exactly enough healing potions to heal everybody.
Whoa. Solutions to further riddles down the road. Maybe the true culprit behind the whole dungeon. Where my dad is. Notes for Varys. Man, this mummy had it all.
All right, let me pull up the junk for that. Looking on the mummy, it doesn't seem like there's anything on it, and there doesn't seem to be anything in this cavern besides just a whole, bunch of maybe some unused tools and some salt veins and stuff like that.
Okay. Guys, we need to get Johnny back to town immediately.
Is he dying?
What?
Yes. It's slowly, but he is dying right now. This mummy definitely placed a curse upon him.
Okay.
No, I'm fine. I can keep going.
Are you sure?
We already came this far down. We can't turn around now. We need to figure out what happened.
Yeah, but if all of a sudden your intestines start shooting out of your nostrils.
That's not going to happen.
First off, look at us three. We can't carry you back.
Johnny, I know that you feel probably okay now, but it's only going to get worse over time. We need to take care of this immediately.
Yeah, you feel okay, but you look like a bag of smashed asshole.
Okay. Rude. I'm not at peak form, but that maybe was a little too far.
It's been a long time since I heard that one.
I'm trying to drive a point home. I don't care about being polite at this point.
Oh, man.
Well, if we can figure out a way to make sure that no more of the spiders come out, then I'm fine with leaving. But if we can't, I'd rather keep going forward.
Sure, we can do that. Don't worry about that. Leave that up to the smart people.
Again,
All right.
really hurtful.
Man, you're a real cunt.
We keep you around for your throwing arm, and you're useful.
Well, I'll take it because that sounds like that's the best I'm gonna get.
Hey, Varys. I'm mulling over some ideas to block this stairwell right here. All we need to do is block that temporarily. It's not important to block off the whole dungeon, and I honestly think that that would be a better spot to block it off from because we don't know what other exits are actually in the floor above. What do you think?
Alright, what are you guys doing?
We're gonna block off the entrance from the, ground level.
Alright, with what?
Well, we're right next to a forest. I'm sure we can fell a tree and do something with that. Actually, never mind. First floor, we had all that broken furniture. All of that broken furniture.
Just barricade the door that's in front of the stairwell going to the second floor.
Exactly.
Okay. So you go back up to the first floor, and gather up whatever junk you can, and you'll use it to barricade some door. I'm not even sure which one you're even talking about, but I'll say you barricade a door. And then you guys go ahead and head back to town.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
Hey,
pouty about it the whole time.
So guys, I'm fine, really. Well, Sarah's like, what did you get into this time, Johnny?
Not Grandma's cookie jar. Seriously, I'm dying though.
Well, she'll take a look at you, and pretty much she's gonna have to prepare something to deal with this rather potent curse.
All right, I'll explain as best I can what happened. It was just like, I don't know. He looked at me, and I'm like, that's not a big deal. And then just the claw came, and I didn't see it, and then like skin started peeling off, and everybody was freaking out. I don't think it's that bad. Do you think it's that bad?
Well, you will probably die in a few days if you don't get this treated.
All right, well, I'll upgrade it from moderate to severe concern.
This is I don't know how you guys encounter a mummy down there, but
Yeah.
this is
We were just walking through a cave, and all of a sudden it went brr,
surprise, mummy.
and we fought it.
Well, hopefully it's been dealt with. And she pretty much excuses herself briefly and goes into the back of the shrine and comes back with a few scrolls in hand. All right, just hold still, Johnny, and I'll see if I can treat you. She pulls out a scroll, kind of murmurs some words, and the scroll pretty much disappears into dust as it unleashes its holy energy, and the cracked, rotted flesh seems to be returning to normal on Johnny. And Johnny, your maximum HP is back to normal again.
All right, then I'll stand up and pick her up and bring her in a hug and be like, "Oh, thank you, Sarah.
Okay,
Thanks
yeah,
so
yeah,
much."
yes. Okay, just don't have that happen again, because it's not exactly something I can easily fix. Maybe if we're in a city, you would fare a little bit better on finding people that can remove curses, but it's not exactly within my realm of expertise usually. So stay out of the weeds.
I'll do my best. To be honest, Mummy was not one of the things I expected to bump into when we went down there today. It
Well,
was mostly just spiders and more spiders.
well,
and
just
then
know that
more
mummies are
spiders.
rather powerful undead. But they tend to be very vulnerable to fire, so I mean,
Oh, we got that covered.
you guys did hit it with a wide variety of different Damage types.
Yeah, the guy came out and we were like, pew pew pew, fire.
You're like fire. You're like lightning, fire, force, bludgeon,
Sorry, guys, my options are kind of limited.
bludgeon. Okay. You wish to speak with Sarah then?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't know if I told you, ma'am, but I'm a clerk as well.
I've gathered that much.
Right. My chosen deity is Desna.
Mhm.
My chosen deity is Desna.
No, I said as in yes, I know.
Well, she was able to gather that quickly.
Well, she has seen you pray.
Yeah. I was just wondering, do you have any words that can help me along my journey?
I mean, I don't know what you're up against. I mean, all I know is you've been fighting strange abominations and undead. As far as undead is concerned, all undead tend to be different from each other. So some rules that apply to some undead don't really apply to others. So
Yes,
really,
and you also-
really the only thing you can do is if you're not familiar with that type of type of undead, the only thing you can really do is experiment and fight and pay attention to what influences it more.
All right, thank you.
Of course.
I also like to share my notes with her on the undead that I found, and I'd like to donate one of the holy waters that we gathered to the chapel.
Okay. She actually will just refuse the holy water. You probably need it more than I do. As for the undead you've fought, I mean, you've countered a zombie, Phantom Spider, and a mummy. As for mummies, they are vulnerable to fire. Generally, they tend to be resistant to normal physical weapons. And they tend to be immune to a number of various conditions and tend to be immune to poison and necrotic and things like that. You generally don't want them to touch you because they can potentially curse you with a rot that will wear away at you until you turn to dust. It also has the ability to glare if the ability to glare inspire fear, cause fear to a single target. As for the zombie are generally a little bit more well known. They technically have no weaknesses. They cannot be poisoned, but otherwise they tend to be influenced by a number of spells that even they can be tricked even by illusions. They're very simple type of abominations. But the thing that tends to make zombies a little bit more dangerous is when you strike them down, they sometimes don't fall. Instead, they continue to fight until you either damage it hard enough that it can't hold itself together anymore, or you damage it with radiant. Fanta Spiders I have never seen before, so I can't really tell you much about them.
Well, what do you know of ghosts in general?
Ghost. Boop, 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 boop. Well, if you're speaking ghost, or just incorporeal, undead, there's actually kind of a wide variety. Let's see if there are actually ghosts in the monster manual first. Because there might not be anymore. Madrids. Oh, there's Ghost. Good. Neato. Alright, well, most incorporeal type undead tend to be resistant to a large number of types of energy as well as non-magical weapons. For the most part, the things that hit non-corp beings easy enough is radiant and force. It's not necessarily a weakness. It's just they don't seem to have very much resistance to it. But it still varies from being. For example, ghosts are pretty much resistant to everything except radiant and force, and then they also have a number of resistances. But things like wraiths, on the other hand, are they can actually be struck by magical weapons or silver weapons, which ghosts tend to ignore. Um, but yeah, for the most part, for most non-corp things, you either need magical. Some of them might be affected by silver, but as far as energy types, radiant and force tends to be the most effective. Also, a lot of the ghost type incorporeal things generally have some form of life drain, which will sap away at the at a living creature's overall fortitude for the most part. So they're not things you generally want to be touched by.
Right, that makes sense. All right, thank you.
Of course.
I really appreciate this.
Oh, it's part of my duty to purge undead, so it's something I'm rather familiar with.
Do you have any idea where I'd be able to find some silver weaponry around here?
Your best bet is to try the main market and see if any travelers have or any traveling merchants have them for sale. It's pretty hit and miss though.
I'd imagine.
It's only useful if you are specifically going to be encountering things that can be vulnerable to silver.
Right. I'm just asking because it seems like such a rare thing for somebody to make.
It's also a bit expensive.
Naturally.
Johnny, he's Nazareth is talking to Sarah. He asked a bunch of questions about undead.
Oh, okay.
Is anyone in the marketplace selling silver weapons by chance?
Let's see. I will do a roll.
I want to go there and try to buy something too.
You might be able to get what sort of silver weapon are you looking for?
I've been looking for a blunt weapon, mace, club, even like a silver-plated weapon. You know.
All right. Well, let's see. You don't really find any clubs or anything like that. You do. There's maybe some like silver daggers and maybe some other silver bladed weapons.
All right. Yeah. Let's see about a silver dagger.
All right. I have to look up prices. Prices for everybody.
Did anyone tell Garrett about the whole fucking city of spider people we saw?
Not really. I mean, we pretty much went on break, so Dustin can get his character. And it's still pretty late. It's still like before crack of dawn for almost as far as time wise. So and Garrett and the others are probably still scouring the lands for the recent little evasion.
Huh. I figured it'd be about mid-afternoon by now.
No, I mean you guys started at around midnight. You guys didn't start in your usual time because the attack happened that early. Here it is, silvered. Go figures. Under Player's Handbook. Silver weapons. It costs 100 gold plus the market price for a silvered weapon, so it's a pretty big investment.
Yeah, no kidding. I'll hold off on that purchase.
It is cheaper than it is in Pathfinder, though, at least.
Hey, what's the going price on holy water?
Probably the same as whatever it's listed in. It's 25 gold each for a flask. Okay. So you guys rest. I know you guys did some shopping. Uh, did you guys ever buy thieves tools? I don't know if you guys did. I know you guys were thinking about it last time.
Yes, I
Okay.
did.
All right. Other than that, you now have a less rotted quarterback to help you guys out. Johnny went and bought some new gear. Darvin has unlocked more of his random powers, and looks like you guys are up and ready to go. There are more guards around or more militiamen around the standing stones. But they haven't heard anything from the tunnel, like no chittering or anything like that. And with the past few days before the whole, everything going to shit during the night, be it's a pretty significant change because beforehand it was a lot of hissing coming from the stairs.
And now there's not.
And now there's not.
Honestly, now that I see all this cavern here, I'm really curious about that spiral staircase that we left up on the first floor.
Okay.
Yep, I like that. I like that idea.
I will say for purposes of the map, if you guys do take the other staircase, I'm going to refresh the fog of war so you guys don't know exactly where you're at.
Oh, I prefer that.
Yeah, because I'm using the same map. Spoiler warning: the other stairs lead to some more caverns.
And unless, of course, we come across, someplace we've already been.
Yeah,
And we can recognize that.
Yeah, at that point you'll be able to kind of connect the dots. So are you guys gonna go spiraled staircase, or are you guys gonna go back down the way you came?
Well, going back the way we came involves moving heavy shit, so let's go down the spiral staircase.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we've
Okay.
already got it barricaded.
Okay.
Spiral staircase all the way.
All right. I will go ahead and move you guys accordingly. I mean, it's pretty much a clear route to the spiral staircase. It goes down for about 20 feet before it opens up to a larger cavern. And I think they actually have a fancier description for this one, so I'll go ahead and use it. Spiral staircase down. Alright, from the steps you can see flashes of light briefly visible. You can detect snatches of strange music, and you can get some kind of unique scents, but you guys are pretty familiar with the scents that you've gotten so far. But yeah, you guys are heading down the stairs, and eventually opens up. 1 second, I need to reset fog. Boop, fog's reset. And now reveal. Alright, so with all you guys having, your portable light sources, you guys are now on the, I just revealed it's in the bottom left of the map. And my crude drawing here in the center is the spiral staircase.
Man. It's an expert level stair.
I know, right? Alright. Let's see. The overfall. Okay, yeah, so it's just smooth stone. The staircase looks pretty fancy and goes all the way up into the, as far as you can see, and and it's pretty well made as far as supporting you guys.
That's incongruent.
Yeah.
Just glad nobody's
also
slipped.
this
That would've been a long way to fall.
Also, this chamber is empty, but there's actually 2 dead Chitin guards here.
Really?
Yeah, they're just in the room, so don't worry about specific.
Is this
Right.
spiral staircase the alternate universe where we're the after party?
You don't
Party
know.
before us killed the guards.
You don't know if Darvin's done any Perils of the Warp recently or not. We'll do something like that.
Hey, how recently dead do these guards look?
It's been I could go ahead and just tell you it's been a while.
Okay.
Any more details, you'll have to do a medicine check.
Oh, well, it's a
Okay.
good enough approximation for me.
Okay.
Like
Let's
to
see.
peek around this corner?
All right. So this way you can see a lot of darkness for the most part. It's a cavern with it's a large cavern with a equally large ceiling, but beyond that you can't really make too much out in the room. Okay. What? Let me read off this junk. Actually, I have to flip through pages now because you guys are like further along in the book. All right. I'll go ahead and just read the description. The edges and ceiling of this large cavern are lost in darkness, but edging into visibility is a forest of stalagmites thrusting up from the cavern's floor like a petrified forest. So the stalagmites are actually a little bit over there. But there's stalagmites here and there, but they're not really enough to like hinder anyone.
Okay.
Also, everyone go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception checks are bad checks.
Especially when I have to tell you to make them. All right. Let me...
Everything's fine.
Except for the casters. We're like, something ain't right here.
Okay. Actually, you all managed to spot these very horribly hidden figures. Yeah, you can go ahead and move back. That's fine. All right, let me... There it is, GM token. It's like I've forgotten how to do everything. All right. You see hidden in the darkness 2 drow elves, otherwise known as dark elves.
Foul creatures.
When you pretty much spot them, they definitely recognize that you're looking straight at them, and they'll go ahead and they have their weapons and crossbows ready. So go ahead and roll for initiative.
They look like you, Varys.
Shut up.
Oh.
I'll burn you.
Did you just? I think he just called you a dark Eldar.
Man.
Hey, you're kind of all look alike.
That's a death threat
seems
money
racist.
tie.
Yeah, man. I'm about to thunder wave your dicks off.
Whoa.
There we go.
There we go.
Let's just witch bolt ourselves and see who dies first.
I might roll a 1. You never know.
All right. Did everyone roll initiative?
Yep.
Yeah.
I rolled a disappointing 7.
Nazmar, did you roll?
Yep.
Where's yours? I don't see yours.
Oh shit. What the hell?
Nice he is.
You clicked it.
13?
That's his old one.
That was his old one. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for initiative. 'Cause I don't think you rolled. Make sure you target yourself too. There you go.
Yay.
You did it.
All right, descending.
I'm doing it.
Alright, win the game, douchebag.
All right, Darvin, you go first.
Racist prick. All of you look alike.
Hey, I'm just a country bumpkin merchant. I don't know all the difference is.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean,
You're a
some of my best
failure.
some of my best friends are elves.
It's dark in here anyway, so it's hard to tell.
What? You look like
God
Nick Fury
damn it.
anyway.
That sounds like Nate. How did you know he was black, Nate? He had a black silhouette.
He's driving a red Cadillac. Silhouette.
God damn it.
That was a great night, by the way.
All right, Darvin, it's you go first.
Yeah. That asshole.
So are you targeting this guy because he's black, or are you...
Now we gotta go find Drow Elf Reverend Jackson.
Listen.
Does this count as a hate crime?
Go ahead and roll your
Man, he rolled an Italian flag right there.
Go ahead and roll for peril real quick. Aw. All right, 1 second. I'm gonna refresh my roll 20.